All right, this is an update on my sunchokes. That's what they look like when I put them in the ground. I planted 10 of these things. Now, they're supposed to be naughty looking. These don't look bad, but what I ended up with, holy guacamole. Now look at these. Look at the height. Yeah. Look how tall these things got. They got pretty tall. Now, they also got blown over in the storm. Let me tell you, these things was not easy to get standing back up. If you look down here at these roots, you can see some little tiny sunchokes forming. Little tiny ones. Now, this happened twice this summer that they fell over like this. These are the ones I had to chop out that wasn't any good. So a lot of perseverance. Oh my gosh. I finally got them standing back up, got them tied up. And here's what they look like when they start to flower. Kind of pretty. It's like a 12-foot daisy. Bees love them. Now, let's get over here. I've chopped them all back. We've had several frosts and a couple of freezes. So that's when you're supposed to dig these things up. Now the thing is, I'm not going to keep these here. As a matter of fact, I'm not even going to keep them. Look at all those things. This is where I want to put asparagus next year. These things were too much of a hassle falling over like they did. So I'm going to dig these up with my potato fork. Now guess what? Yeah, there were so many of these things. I had to go back in this 3-foot section by about 10 foot long. I had to dig down almost 2 feet. I had to dig all that dirt out of there to get as many of these little sunchokes out of here that I possibly could. Granted, I probably missed some. So next year I'll probably be dealing with these things coming back into my yard. Now I'll tell you, don't plant these in your yard unless you got plenty of room for them and you can confine them in one certain area. These things will spread and take over. They're very invasive. Some people will take some metal flashing off, like a roof flashing, and they'll put it 12 inches down the ground to keep these from spreading into the rest of the yard. But the thing is, do I like these sunchokes? Do they taste good? Well, I'll tell you, I was reluctant to even taste them. How could something that ugly taste that good? But look how many I'm getting here. This came off of 10 little pieces. Now that's the last one right down there in the corner, but that was not the last of the digging. Look at all these things. I ended up with so many of them. They're only good for a couple weeks. I didn't realize that when I planted them. And I dug them all up, and I have this 15-gallon bucket full of sunchokes. There's no way I can eat these in 2 weeks. They say keep them in a bag in the crisper in the refrigerator. Now look at this. Look at that gnarly looking thing. People make like mashed potatoes out of these, mashed sunchokes. They cut them up, throw them in salads. They boil them, fry them, bake them. I've got enough. I'll be trying all kinds of recipes. Now, do they taste good? Well, here's the deal. These things were so ugly, and I was so tired, I didn't even want to taste them. But finally, I took my knife out of my pocket, and I kind of peeled it off a little bit, and then sliced off a little sliver, and I ate it. And I'm thinking, okay, maybe a bigger sliver, and then a bigger sliver. These things taste amazing. They do have a potato type flavor, but they also have a nutty and sweet flavor to them. It's really hard to explain. And there's a lot of things, these are good for your body. I mean, yeah, diabetics, if you're diabetic, these are awesome for you. There's something in these things that don't digest in your stomach, so they digest in your intestines. So yeah, you're gonna get some gas off of these, possibly. If you're a person that gets a lot of gas, you're gonna get gas off of these. Now, yeah, they're good for your heart, they're good for diabetics, lowers your blood pressure, lowers your sugar. Lowers your sugar. So yeah, I'm not a diabetic yet. So what I'm going to do with these, since I don't want them in my yard, I got a place out in the country, out in the woods. I'm going to take a bunch of these out there and I'm going to plant them. So anytime I want some, I can go out there and dig them up. Now they say dig them up in the fall, after the frost, after the couple hard freezes, and the longer they sit in the ground, the sweeter and the better these things will taste. So this was a nice little adventure in growing something I've never grown before. I like to do that every year, grow something I've never grown. So this year, sunchokes.